Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Aunty, and I'm your host, Aparna. Today, we are going to chat about rockets, the moon, and a super exciting journey known as Chandrayaan. I'll explain this in a very simple language. So, this could be helpful for children or someone who is new to the overall concept. Let's get started. So, let's talk about what is rocket. So, have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered how we send things into space? So, rockets are like our space vehicle. Picture a rocket as a super speedy car, but it doesn't drive on roads, it zooms through the sky and space. Another way to look at it is imagine a water balloon. When you blow it up and then let it go, it zooms around because of the air rushing out. Rockets work kind of like that. But instead of air, they shoot out powerful gases from their engines and they pushes them into the sky and even into the space. So that was rocket. Now let's talk about moon mysteries. And why is it important to send rocket up there? You have seen it hanging up there in the night sky, right? So it's like our space neighbor. But there's a lot we still don't know about it. So rockets want to be our space detectives and solve those moon mysteries. You can again look at it as moon as a puzzle with missing pieces. And rockets are like puzzle solvers. They carry cameras, special tools to take pictures and collect clues. And by studying the moon up close, we can learn things like how it was made, what it is made of, and if there are any hidden treasures like water or shiny rocks. And when rockets come back, they share their space details with us and we learn about moon, stars, and other planets. Now let's talk about something that we are all very proud of, India's Chandrayaan mission. Before we talk about the latest Chandrayaan 3 successful mission, let's talk about the history of it. We'll go one by one. So the first mission of Chandrayaan 1 was launched on October 22, 2008. And it marked India's first lunar mission. The total cost of the mission was around $79 million. The spacecraft took approximately 5 days to reach the moon's orbit. It had cameras and special tools that took pictures and collected clues about the moon. And guess what? It found tiny bits of water on the moon. It orbited around the moon for almost a year. But there was a little hiccup. In 2009, Chandrayaan 1 lost contact with Earth. Just like when your phone battery suddenly dies. However, it didn't give up. It kept going around the moon and sending us information silently. After that, there was another mission from India, was Chandrayaan 2, which was launched on July 22, 2019. Aimed to build upon the success of Chandrayaan 1 and achieve a more comprehensive exploration. The total cost of Chandrayaan 2 mission was approximately $140 million, and it took around 48 days to reach the moon's orbit. Chandrayaan 2 consisted of 3 components: the orbiter, the Vikram lander, and the Pragyan rover. Unfortunately, the lander, Vikram, tried to land on the moon, but it had a little problem with its engine. We lost communication around its final descent, and it could not talk to us anymore. But the orbiter is still up there, sending back amazing pictures and information, as it has the best resolution camera around the natural satellite. Now, Chandrayaan 3, the new, latest, and successful adventure. So with those 2 missions, India did not give up. It decided to launch Chandrayaan 3. So I believe Chandrayaan 3 is all about learning again from the past. Just like when we fall while learning to ride a bicycle, we get up and try again until we succeed. This is exactly what Chandrayaan 3 did. Chandrayaan 3 was launched on 14th of July. It took around a month and landed near Moon's South Pole on 23rd August and created history to be the first country to do a soft landing on one of the lunar South Pole. It consists of lander named Vikram, rover Pragyan, and similar to those of Chandrayaan 2 mission with some improvement and modification. It was very challenging and risky because of many factors. One, there was no detailed map available on the landing site, which meant Chandrayaan 3 had to use its own camera and radar to avoid obstacles such as rocks. And second, it had very little sunlight available at the South Pole region, and it had to use its own batteries and solar panel to power its system and instrument. And I'm sure there are many such challenges that it had to face. Despite this difficulty, it landed and sent its first picture on the area shortly after landing and deployed its rover called Pragyan, which means wisdom in Sanskrit, rolled out of the lander Vikram just after an hour, and it started its scientific mission of the moon. With this, India became the fourth country ever to land a spacecraft on the moon. The other three countries that have achieved soft landing on the lunar surface are the United States, China, and the former Soviet Union. But India is the first one to land on South Pole. This is definitely an achievement, but the other big thing is the total cost of this project, Chandrayaan 3, was only $75 million. China's Chang costed $219 million when it had sent its spacecraft to the moon. The Soviet Union Lunar 1 in 1969 cost around $200 million. And the most ambitious program of US, Apollo 11, costed $25 billion. You can see that India only spent $75 million. And which is the main reason why they had to use ingenious method to lower cost by implementing gravitational pull of the moon and the earth to get its location due to its less powerful rocket. And it did it. Chandrayaan's success is not just a big deal for India, but for the whole world too. Now let's look at the people behind this mission. All these missions from Chandrayaan 1 to 3 involved a multitude of scientists, engineers, and researchers from Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO.